I did my presentation on the book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Um, so many people have kind of reviewed it, and so I wanted to have a chance to read it before the session ended. And I found it to be a very powerful look at World War II. The book takes place in Nazi Germany, um, and it's about a little girl who's been had her life destroyed, and she's living in foster care, and she begins to collect books as she deals with everything that's going on in Germany with the Nazis and the war and her foster family. Liesel is the main character. She's the book thief who, kind of goes in the story revolves around really her experiences and how she sees the world and how she wants to better things for people. She deals with everything from losing family members to helping other people improve. The book is narrated by the author who is kind of the character of Death who goes around and takes all these different souls and things. Um, for this section, some of the main characters, I kind of symbolize Papa as the accordion player, and he's really the person who I felt like is a painter, and a lot of the story revolves around his conflict with the Nazi Party. Um, and then you have Mama, who is her stepmother, basically, and I symbolized her through the bread in this, and felt like she, you know, was really special. And then the boxing gloves are for Max, who is a Jewish boxer who comes to live with them. And then the running shoes are for Rudy Steiner, her kind of her love interest or friend, or who she's grown up with, and they experience all this life together. Um, Another main character in this was the mayor's wife, who really helps foster her joy of reading and things, and allows her to come and visit and take books. Um, she was really the main one, and a lot of that action in that relationship revolves around her. And then there's Rudy's family and Frau Holzapfel and Tommy Mueller, who were some secondary characters that you get to know throughout the book. And the Nazi Guard and the Hitler Youth really played a huge role in this entire episode or book. Just the conflict that this family had with them. The book was told from the perspective of the narrator, and the story is kind of about a young girl and her family during World War II, and along with those that are living around them. I chose this image because it's actually an image that they, the the boxer had created from the book, and kind of he had taken Mein Kampf and reworked the pages in a section of it, and it was really a touching moment. You feel for the people who are in this really situation that feels unwinnable as every day of their life they're just living out in fear. Um, the conflict, I thought it was kind of girl versus the world, and that she was living in. This was a family who didn't agree with the Nazi movement in Germany, which was really taking down the um, the Jewish community, and they end up helping um, the Jewish community throughout the book in different ways, and it really puts them in a tough spot, but they do it because they love it. They love other people and the loyalty that they show. It was a really powerful book, and it interesting. I thought the resolution there A lot of it had a tough ending, for a lot of the characters, and it was a really tough look at a lot of the characters in it, to see what they went through and the tough lives that they had. Um, I thought some of the themes were the loyalty to their friends in need. Um, Papa really would have done anything for those who helped him and treated him well, and he didn't see he wasn't he stood up for people when he thought they needed it, and it wasn't always the best for him and his family, but he did what was right, and I think that's a powerful message in today's world. How he helped the boxer, and then he helped the gentleman who was coming through town as well. There are few winners in war. It's awful. I thought that was another theme. The destruction, the really the way that um, it's really um, just an awful thing, and the World War II experience and the tragedy that these Jewish Germans and people all over the world suffered was really awful, and I thought that was a key theme in the book. And I thought another theme was death in general, and one of the last things the narrator says is that humans are haunting, and he talks a lot about the struggle that they went through and their um, the complexities that it's never you know people are complex, and it's never as good or as bad. It's always kind of shades of gray, I guess. But it was a very powerful book, one of the best fiction books that I read. I read it in about a day um, because I but I loved reading it, and it was one of those books I'll never forget.